Yo guys, back here with another video today, and today I'm gonna speak about, I was talking to one of my friends at work, and I was telling him about all the times when I was younger, when I used to do like stupid shit, like I was a fucking little shit, hey, like shit, man. The amount of times I did some stupid shit and got fucked up for it was unbelievable. I used to be called, well, I wasn't called, but they should have called me hiding kegs, because I would swear every weekend or every fucking day or whenever it was that I did some stupid shit, I would get a hiding for it. Like, back in the day, I was just this little piece of shit. I think my mom she ran out of ideas how to discipline me, so she just fucked me up every single time. Because I was like that fucking naughty, like everything I did fucking ended up in a hiding. Like legit ended up in a hiding. I remember one day, this is a true story actually, must have been just turned 10 or 11, oh no I'm lying, yeah 10 to 11, between 10 and 11, right? So yeah, we was chilling at home, and in brick houses you get like plaster done, or whatever fucking house you get plaster done on the walls. And I was standing at the door, so I had a curfew at like 6 o'clock. I had to be in the house every single night, because I had school the next morning and blah blah blah, all that shit, you know how it goes. And I was standing at the door, in the doorway, so in the door frame there was plaster done on the walls, and Mum said to me, oh, make sure you don't touch the walls are still wet, I don't want anything coming off. I was like, yeah, well, don't worry about it. And I was like this little locked up caged animal, but I wasn't animal. I was just locked up in my house, and I put my hand on the wall, but I didn't realize that it was still that wet, because it'd been out all day, and I was like, oh fuck it. I put my hand on the wall, and this piece of cement just broke off the wall. And like, I thought to myself, fuck, I'm in trouble, get out, like abort mission, close the door, try and fix it up. And my best friend, I shit you not, one of my best friends, knocked on me, basically just knocked on me. He yelled and called my mum, and my mum fucking got out of bed, walked to the door, and saw that the piece of the wall was missing. And I'm standing there looking at her, and I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. She walks up to me, and she looks at the wall, looks at all my friends, and smashes me, like gives me the hardest smack in front of all my fucking friends. I mean, all my friends were there, and she smashed my fucking face up real quick, like just for touching the wall, and the wall came apart, and I was like, no. And my best friends, like friends you would trust not to like knock on you, knocked on me that day, and it was like, oh man, I cried, I cried for like 3 fucking hours. I couldn't stop, like that shit hurt so much. Oh man, and I never, to this day, that wall, like I went back home in September, and like that wall is still like that. I wish I could like have a picture to show you guys, but that wall is still like that. It's been what, 10 years now? 9-10 years, and the wall is still like that. But man, she slapped me so hard that I just couldn't remember the next day. Fuck man, it was so funny. Yeah, I was just one of those kids that just got fucked up every single time I do some stupid shit. Like, I remember one time, I got out of this one. I remember one time that we were at a family friend's house, right? So me and this lady and her 2 sons were at her house, and my mom was there and all this shit. And we were swimming in the pool, running around the house and shit. And then one of the boys was suggesting, oh yeah, let's go to the shop to get something to eat. So I was like, yeah, I'll ask my mom for some money. So I get there and I'm like, oh mom, can I have some money? Like, please, can I have some money? She's like, nah, we'll wait till we get home. So I was like, come on, like, all of them are going to the shop. Why can't you just get me some money for the shop? And she's like, look, Keegan, I told you once, you're not getting money, quit it. And I was like, fuck man, you're such a selfish thing. And me saying thing really changed everything, because at the point in time I was just like, fuck it, whatever, I didn't think much of it. But then my friend, he was older than me, so he obviously knew that I said something wrong, but he never told me at that point in time. And my mum looked at me and she's like, oh, you calling me a thing, huh? And I'm thinking to myself, no, please, did I do something wrong, you know, kind of like thing. And I'm like, fuck, this lady wasn't here, or her son's wasn't here, I would get fucked up, you know. But in her mind, she's like, oh boy, when we get home, your ass is gonna be fucking grass, I'm gonna fuck you up, you know. So as the day goes on, you know, I'm sitting in my mind, I'm like, oh fuck, when I get home, better get my ass ready because I'm about to get fucked, you know. I thought this fucking brilliant plan. Yo, why don't you guys ask your mom to stay at my house? This could not have been the most genius plan I've ever had in my life. They came over, they stayed over, they saved my life, practically saved my life. And you know what my mom said to me? She said, you're fucking lucky these kids are here. Otherwise I would have fucked you up. She didn't say fuck you up, but she said I would have beat your ass. And I thank God to this day that those kids stayed over, because if they didn't stay over, I would have been, I don't think I would have been alive today. I think I would have been done for. I would have been long gone, you know? People wouldn't know who Keegan Brophy was. I don't think that name would have ever existed in this lifetime, you know? I was fucking, well, how old was I? Might have been 13 back then, you know? 13, yeah, 13 back then. Oh man, my ass would have been dead. I would have been 10 feet under the ground right now. Like, that's how lucky I was that day, man. I remember one time, there's a day I'll never forget, right? Back in the day, I used to go play outside every fucking day. I never sat in front of a computer or TV or phone or whatever until maybe I was like 14, 15, when I first got my first actual phone that belonged to me. So before that, everything I did was playing outside, go play with my friends or whatnot, play in the street. And one day I got home for lunch. Actually, Mum called me in for lunch, and I thought it was lunch was ready. So I was like, yo, set myself up on the couch, watch some TV, get my lunch, and then run outside. She's like, Keegan, can you go to the store? You need to go get some bread. And I was like, no, like I'm ready to eat, you know, kind of like thing. She's like, Keegan, go to the store, get some bread. And I was like, come on, Mum, I'm hungry, I'm just here to eat, and I'll leave, you know. My brother-in-law like, oh shit, something's about to go down, so he ain't leaving. So I was like, look Mum, I'm not going to the store, why don't you go to the store and go get some bread? And that's where it changed. This is where I knew I fucked up, you know? Like back in the day, if I told my mom, why don't you do it? She would do, okay. She would do that. And you know when that happens, there's some shit that's about to go down, like, She never said nothing, so I was like, oh, okay, whatever. She's gonna go to the room, you know, get the money, and then she's gonna go to the store. Next thing I know, she comes around the corner, me sitting on the couch watching TV, right? And the next thing you know, she comes around the corner with this fucking leather belt. It was about that thick, like just leather, Timberland belt, leather Timberland belt, thick as fuck. Comes around the corner and just swings, hits me across the chest. At first I was like, oh shit, like who hit me? Turned around and then someone else says, I'm like, oh shit, she hit me across my legs. She's like, when I tell you to go to the store, you fucking go to the store. And I was like, boom, getting another one. And the mistake you make is when you fucking try to shield your fucking face. You get it hit all over here. I got hit all over there, trying to shot. And then as I went back, she hit me across my chest, and I was like, oh, cover that shit up. And at the time, I wore shorts. And as a kid, you know, you never want to get hit in a pair of shorts, because that shit stings, my nigga, like, stings. Like, that shit really, really stings. And she hit me across my legs, and all I heard was, and I was like, no, and I'm fucking pissing my ass, crying out here. And then I fell to the ground, and then as she went to hit me on my ass, I like sunk my butt into my leg and like crawled up, and she hit me across my back. And I was like, oh no, that's the end. It was like, and then she hit me, threw the money on the ground, and it's like, get your ass up and go to the store, get some fucking bread and come back for lunch. And being the stupid motherfucker I am, picked the money up, tried not to cry, walked outside, stood against the wall, started crying and shit. And you know, like, everybody's outside, but nobody heard me crying, which was a good thing. Hears me crying, you know, nobody hears me crying, and I'm standing against the wall, leaning, like, trying to wipe the pain away. Like, that's what you did as a kid when you got hiding. You try to wipe the pain away, try to ease the pain. But it never fucking worked. You know, it soothed it a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, it soothed it a little bit, but it never fucking got the pain away. So anyway, I'm standing against this wall, and I look back, and my brother-in-law is standing at the door. And I'm thinking, oh fuck, this nigga's coming out here to, you know, comfort me or whatever. This nigga fucking laughed. He laughed at me while I'm crying. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know, and his laugh made me laugh. So in a way, he was trying to like help me get rid of it. But in my head, I was like, nigga, fuck you. Like, I just got a beating and your ass in here trying to cover me, like, soothe my pain or whatever. You're laughing at me for getting to hiding, so fuck you, you know? Kind of like that. And I'm trying to fucking start crying and shit. And he's laughing and I'm laughing because he's laughing at me, but I'm laughing crying. So it's like you know, kind of like thing. So it fucked me up, man. And I'm just thinking to myself, god damn, man, like this nigga 20 something years old laughing at this little kid getting his ass beat up. I mean, damn, man, in my days, it was just, oh shit. In my day, I was just a fucking terrible kid, eh? Like, fuck. And thinking about it to this day, like looking at kids these days, they will never understand the struggle of actually getting a physical beating for doing something wrong. Like, that shit messed me up, man. Like, I was that kid that got home that had to step on eggshells. Like, anything, if I fucking broke an egg or anything that I wasn't supposed to do as a kid, I got fucked up for it. My mom beat the living shit out of me for it, so that I wouldn't do it again, you know? And here you go, sit in the naughty corner with kids these days. Go sit in the naughty corner, ooh, think about what you did. My nigga, if I was in the naughty corner, I'll be thinking about my next trick that I'm about to do, because I know my ass ain't gonna get a hiding. I'm gonna be thinking out 3 different ways that I can do it, so my mom would be angry enough and just be like, yo, go to your room. Fuck yeah, there's toys in there. You know, you get fucked up, get some toys in there. My humiliation was, if I got hit, she told me to go outside, go cry outside, because she didn't want to hear no fucking crying kids in the house. Like, that's ultimate embarrassment. Go cry outside. All your friends see you crying. They're like, what the fuck you crying for? I'm like, yo, my mom just beat my ass. Like, that was the code. Like, when I was outside and I did something bad, everybody fucking congregated outside of my doorstep, waiting for me to leave the house, crying so that they can laugh at me. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, I shit you not, man. Like, I was that kid that got the hiding of hidings of hidings of hidings, and everybody just sat there and laughed at me. Like, nobody ever fucking comforted me. It was just pain, you know, like pure pain. But man, that was some fucking good times, man. I was a little naughty shit. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video today. Very much appreciated that you guys stay tuned for this video. If you do like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to share it, you can share it. If you don't, that's cool. Please subscribe and I'll hit you with some more content.